Today I had another lesson with Lena. Aries has been challenging lately. He is getting more relaxed around me, and this makes him feel like he can test his boundaries. Earlier this week, he tried to bite me when I was offering my hand for him to sniff. He's just trying to figure out where the boundaries are. That particular choice wasn't wise. Another thing Aries is doing is not trying. There comes a time when working with most horses where they just don't want to put in any effort. They are fine if you want to work, but they'd rather not participate. This lesson was going to be about getting through that wall and getting Aries to try. Initially, Aries was putting in effort, reaching out and sniffing. But once he started to feel the rope and me asking him to yield to it, he started to argue and fight. I wasn't asking for anything difficult. Just stand still and let me approach, something he has done many times. As always, whenever he does what I ask, I release. At this point, I am asking him to come forward. You'll notice his extreme lowered head position. This may be related to his life as a stallion. Stallions exert control over their mares and other horses by doing a behavior called snaking. They lower their heads almost to the ground and push other horses around. So this may be a small attempt to try and control me. Didn't work. As I approach, I am making a petting motion with my hand. This helps Aries get used to that motion. The following day, I found Aries reacted much better when I kept my hands still. I think the petting motion was just too much for him. He never relaxed and never accepted my hand. The purpose of the rope in these lessons is to keep Aries' attention. He wants to just shut down and not interact. His answer to every question is no, I can't do it. No, no, no. That is pure fear. I am trying to help him get over his fear. When he goes to leave, I put pressure on his hind end and tug on the rope to keep him facing up to me. These are very hard sessions for Aries. He is fighting the instincts he has gained over a decade of being wild. I know it is hard for him, but I just need to keep showing him that he is safe. By the end of the lesson, we were both tired. Not physically tired, but mentally tired. He is fighting because he thinks he is going to be hurt. It's hard for me not to become emotional around him, but I can't. I can't react to his explosions or attempts to bite or fight me. I have to just keep calm and clear-minded and continue to show him he will be fine. He is starting to really enjoy getting his face scratched, so I start and end every session with a good scratch. Dakota is improving every time I work with him. Here, I am putting him through a squeeze between a mounting block and a pedestal, something he's done only once or twice before. He goes through with little hesitation. Dakota is also getting much better about yielding his shoulders. For some horses, controlling the shoulders is more difficult than controlling their hind end. But now Dakota is becoming a pro. Both the squeeze exercise and mounting a pedestal will help Dakota improve his trailer loading skills. Both exercises are pieces of what is involved in trailer loading. Here I moved the pedestal against the rail so Dakota couldn't walk around the pedestal and avoid it. He's always very proud of himself when he gets something right. Going to the right has always been Dakota's more challenging side. He opted to jump the pedestal rather than get on it. Since having my lesson, I had spoken with Jamie Thomas, my Mustang trainer friend up in Washington. She suggested another method for getting through to Aries. Sometimes you have to take a horse to an emotional high and then bring them back down in order for them to learn that they are not going to get hurt. Her analogy was, how do you learn not to fear jumping out of an airplane? You do it over and over until you're not afraid. She suggested that when Aries wants to leave, send him. Send him around the pen for a few minutes. He should learn that staying and being with you is the most peaceful place to be. In just 2 sessions, Aries has learned to lead rather well. He has followed me all over his pen and through the gates into the round pen. In several other episodes, I have mentioned that taking your horse on a walk is one of the most beneficial training exercises one can do. Hopefully, once Aries lets me get a halter on him, I can start to take him on walks. One of the other changes I made was to hold my hand still. I hold my hand in front of his face until he is still. Then I release, and I pull my hand away. The reward for him holding his head still is the release. I keep raising my hand towards his face and releasing, gradually getting closer and closer each time until I touch him. Sometimes he feels the need to move his feet. I send him around the pen until he's asking to stop. What was interesting was that by the end of this session, I think he was starting to get the message. Every time I backed away, he would make an effort to stay close to me. This time in Aries' training is hard on both of us. I tried to remember that things usually get worse before they get better. He is still testing his boundaries, seeing if he can get away with not trying and not making an effort. It's hard for me to know how far to push him without damaging the trust we have built so far. But he can't have his head in the sand forever. No one ever said achieving enlightenment was easy. At the end of the day, I crouched down on the ground to give him a big release. I love how his head gets lower and lower as he relaxed and let go. I hope he is processing what we did and thinking, hey, maybe she isn't so bad after all.